Hello everybody, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening depending on where you are in this amazing world. My name is Donovan Jolly, and welcome everybody once again for another amazing video of DIY investing. For today's video, I want to talk about how well the altcoins are actually holding up inside of this recent correction. Many people are fearful, even when the market is so close to the all-time highs and breaking all-time highs. One small correction seems to be all it took to actually shake out all of the weak hands. So many bearish comments, so many people flooding my DMs, wondering what they should do, if they should be selling, if they should be looking to buy back lower. I wanted to cover all of these thoughts and perspectives because what we've seen inside of this sell-off was actually what a lot of people weren't expecting. We've seen many altcoins holding support much stronger than what we've seen with Bitcoin, and this is always what takes place right before a massive alt season happens inside of the market. If you're new and just finding this channel, always remember to do me a favor by leaving a like, comment, and subscribing to this channel for more updates. Always remember to click that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of these amazing videos like the one provided for you here. And make sure you guys sign up and join the Discord server of over 21,000 members and growing. Links are in the description for the people that want to join my community and sign up. On top of that, if you want extra educational content, make better trading decisions inside the market, links are also in the description to go ahead and download my free ebook and beginner's guide to crypto. So check it out. Links are in the description. And with all that being said, guys, let's jump right into this amazing video today. Now, before we jump into the analysis today, I wanted to actually talk about the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index. For you guys that maybe aren't familiar with what this is, it's pretty much just an indicator that maps out the emotions inside of a market. Obviously speaking, whenever the market's going down, you're going to be in extreme red, which is fear. And then when the market's going up, this is going to be turning into greed, right? Basically, the way it works is it compiles data from all over social media, Twitter, Reddit, things like that, and it takes everybody's comments, what they're saying about crypto, and it groups them into this indicator. And it basically gives data input that basically explains, where we're at emotionally on the scale. In this case, what we just saw earlier today was extreme fear, where this thing was literally sitting at 25. This is very, very low. And I thought about this, and I thought, how crazy is it that we're currently sitting at an extreme fear inside of the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index, and we come over here and we look at Ethereum, and Ethereum's like 9% away from the all-time highs. We've literally never even seen hardly any of a sell-off inside of this most recent move with ETH. Whereas Bitcoin had a monster move to the downside from the high all the way down to the low. We're looking at like 38% approximately inside of that correction. And from the high to where we're currently sitting at, we're about 25% still below the previous all-time highs. And when we come and take a look at ETH, Ethereum is holding up a lot better than Bitcoin is. If we drop it back to a weekly time frame, let's analyze the high down to the low. That move was only 26%. So what we see with Bitcoin today, Bitcoin is currently sitting 25% below its previous all-time high. Ethereum's entire dip that we just experienced was only 26%. And in fact, if we look at where Ethereum's currently sitting at, Ethereum's only about 10% below those previous all-time highs. So Bitcoin's down 26% approximately, and Ethereum itself is only down about 10% from those all-time highs. And look at this, guys. From that dip, every single time we've had an attempt to break below this resistance. Remember, guys, this was the resistance of the cup and handle. This was our resistance right here at the very top of that cup. And we've only ever bounced off of this every single time we've reacted, and every time it produces one of these big wicks. Look at all these wicks in here. We are not able to close below this level. That shows that there's a lot of buy support. There's a lot of demand over the previous resistance, which is to be expected. This is kind of what I was updating you guys with. I said that we would consolidate here above the previous high, and then we'd get continuation. And I do believe that we're about to be seeing that. Whether it's the next candle that comes in, I do believe that we're about to see a big, big move that's going to be coming. And what's interesting to me is when we look at the Fear and Greed Index, and you look at it, how are we sitting at extreme fear all the way down here at 25, which, guys, is a really, really low level for this Fear and Greed Index. There's only so many times in which it usually dips down this low, especially in a bull market. It generally doesn't happen. But we're sitting at a 25. It maybe is up a little bit higher because this was earlier this morning, but let's just say that we're sitting at a 25. Ethereum has literally flipped the all-time highs, and it's about to go into price discovery again. I don't find it reasonable that so many people are so freaked out by what's taking place. Yeah, Bitcoin dipped a little further, but altcoins have held up tremendously well, which is the sure sign that we're about to see a lot of money coming into those altcoins. Bitcoin's at a point where it's very late in the cycle. We have one more final blow off top that's going to be coming. whether that's mid-January, end of January, maybe it peaks into February, or maybe it peaks into February. It really doesn't matter. But the big thing that we're waiting for is that final move into this blow off top. And once that happens, at the end of the cycle is when the altcoins really outperform. And I do believe that we're seeing, the charts starting to signal that that's going to be the case, with Ethereum showing such strength, with Ethereum holding support above the previous resistance, with Ethereum breaking out of a confirmed cup and handle reversal. There are so many bullish factors at play right now. Whatever we like to analyze with, Elliott waves, Fibonacci, basic price action, whatever it is, every single one of these indicators and forms of analysis is pointing that we're about to see a big move. It doesn't matter which YouTuber you follow. It really doesn't matter which influencer on Twitter you follow. For the most part, I know that BitBoy started calling for the bear market, and so there are going to be some of those bigger influencers that call for the bear. But for the most part, most people have their own form of analysis, and everybody's kind of pointing that it's going to keep going up. Everybody will say, well, if everybody thinks that, then it's not going to do that. But really, that's not always the case. In the market with crypto, it's such a niche market. And so when everybody's saying it's going to go up, it's not really such a bad thing, so to speak. I mean, oftentimes that's a point where we do see reversals. But inside of a market like crypto, where it just goes parabolic, everybody can kind of stay bullish. Everybody can just continue to stay bullish. And it's going to generally just keep going up. And so now we've hit the point where we've been going up for a couple years now. We're getting close to the end of the cycle, and now we're starting to see a lot of people that are giving up the idea of even taking profits. They're saying, well, we didn't top at the end of the year, even though we're not at the end of the year yet, and they're saying to themselves, well, that means the 4-year cycle's over. We're going to extend way to 2022, and so they've pretty much just gave up any plan on selling, and they're just kind of holding into the foreseeable future without an actual target date for exit. And so a lot of people I see are starting to shift their sentiment towards that way. And it's interesting that it's happening right as we're about to get ready for that big blow off top. I think a lot of people are going to trap themselves into holding too long, especially if we go into January. People are going to automatically assume that it's just going to go on forever, especially if we see ETH starting to go all the way upwards of $10, $15, and $20,000. There's going to be a lot of euphoria in the market, a lot of greed, and that's why it's really important to keep a level head. Remember that we will see one more big move, and as long as we're selling into that final move, we're going to set ourselves up. You don't have to sell the exact top. Shit, you could sell like 8,000 or even 10,000 and it could go all the way up to 20, 25,000. It doesn't matter. You're getting out in profit and you're going to be able to take that profit to buy the bear market. And that's really where we should focus on. All of the gains have already been made for the people that were buying down here. I am not buying any of these cryptos as they're already up way above the previous all-time highs of the last cycle. I made all of my money this cycle by having the conviction to literally buy the bottom on a number of different cryptos. Because of that, I'm up so much that I have the pleasure and the opportunity of being patient and holding, awaiting for a massive parabolic move. This to me isn't a massive parabolic move. What we've seen is a steady amount of accumulation. This move was parabolic, the first one that we got into price discovery, but that was only wave 3 and then wave 4. We still remembered that we had one more move to come. So that's why I wasn't really looking to take profits. I was looking to hold until closer to the end of the year, but we can see that the market looks very, very good for Ethereum. It's holding well. We're continuing to get higher highs and higher lows. This parabolic trend is just steepening. And now that we've broken out of the cup and handle, I think this thing's about to fly significantly. Now, one of the other thoughts that I wanted to give you guys, if we drop this to a log scale, this was actually something I talked about in some of my other videos, and that was basically just analyzing how similar this cycle is to the last one that we saw with Ethereum, and really what happened at this exact same moment of time 4 years ago. So you guys know I follow the 4-year cycles. I've continued to follow the 4-year cycles, and a point that I tried to make the other day in my last video was basically giving you guys how similar this cycle is to what we saw in 2017 for ETH. Now, if I come over here and draw a circle exactly 4 years ago, where we were at with Ethereum, we were right here. We had just broken out of our previous resistance. We had just flipped previous resistance as support, and we were consolidating sideways before our final rally of that cycle. And what's interesting to me is Ethereum is doing the exact same thing again this cycle. No different at all. The price structure looks the same. It's doing roughly the same exact chart pattern. This one was this ascending triangle. This one's similar, but more of a cup and handle. But regardless, guys, you guys can look at this and you know that it's the exact same pattern. Not only do we get our exact low that takes place in July, both cycles, not only do we immediately rally back up to the previous all-time highs and get rejected, just like what we did in 2017, but then we had a little pullback, And then we actually flipped the all-time highs, which is pretty much the same thing as Ethereum did. Ethereum actually took a longer period of time of accumulation than what we saw here with ETH. Ethereum pretty much had its first pullback after the retest of those all-time highs, and then it immediately went and broke the all-time highs, whereas it actually went sideways in 2017 for about a couple months. But regardless, it doesn't matter, because exactly 4 years ago, we were right here awaiting that final move into price discovery. We are at the exact same moment of time in this cycle. Exactly 4 years ago, we were at this exact same moment of time where we just broke the all-time highs. So people that try and exclaim that the 4-year cycle has failed, that it's not going to actually be tangible anymore, I don't simply think that you can look at this chart, apply the 4-year cycle theory to it, and then try and disprove it. How do you do that? If exactly 4 years ago, we created this exact same chart pattern at the exact same moment of time, same time frames. This was the 1st of December of 2017, and then we topped here January 10th. This is around the first week of December 2021, and we're right here towards the end of the year. So we're most likely going to top sometime in January. It'll follow this exact same trend. And then we're going to be awaiting another one of these magnificent type of moves as ETH rallies up to $15,000, $20,000. I'm fully expecting this, guys, fully expecting it. And with the strength that we're seeing with Ethereum, you know, comparing it to Bitcoin, how much better Ethereum is holding up in this sell-off than Bitcoin is. And not only Ethereum, but there's a number of other altcoins that look exceptionally well. But I think it's Ethereum's turn to shine. We're going to see Ethereum rip. We're going to see Bitcoin rip. But when Ethereum's ripping, altcoins are going to go on an absolute tear. And this is where we're literally going to make all of our profit for this cycle. This is the point where we've all been preparing for. We're going to be taking heavy profits into this final rally of the cycle. Time frames, you know, it's going to be once again somewhere in January would be my guess for a cycle top, but we're going to watch and see. We got to see the price action line up with the time frames, and thus far we haven't. We haven't seen a parabolic move, and I'm not taking profits until I see a parabolic move. I think it's irresponsible for me to do so, because why wouldn't I sell into euphoria? Why wouldn't I just wait and have a little bit extra patience? That's my thoughts, my perspective. Wanted to give you guys this update, summarize some thoughts, give you guys, you know, pretty much why I'm still bullish, why I don't think this correction matters, and why we're about to see the biggest altcoin season we've ever seen in the history of crypto. Thank you all so much for watching. If you guys found value in this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of these amazing videos. If you guys want to join the Discord server, download my free ebook. Links are in the description for that. You guys can also join my VIP Discord server. Follow the trades that I take, all my analysis, where I'm diversifying profits at the end of the year, stocks, commodities, things like that. All of that's going to be a lifetime membership for the people that sign up for that. Links are in the description to go ahead and join on my website. Thank you all so much for watching, and with that being said, I will catch you in the next one. As always, peace out.